Sister called me a heartless spinster for not having kids. She didn't know my secret at her baby shower. The truth ruined her own celebration. My sister Lana's, to be specific. I traced my finger over the carefully written words, "Join us in celebrating the miracle we've been waiting for. My name is Adeline, and I'm the person who made that miracle possible." Not that anyone knows that. Another one? Avery poked her head into my office, coffee mug in hand. "You look like you're holding a court summons." "Worse," I said, tossing the invitation onto my desk. "It's from my perfect sister. You know, the one who's finally pregnant after years of trying. The golden child." Avery perched on the edge of my desk, her expression sympathetic. "What's the passive-aggressive message this time?" I picked up the invitation again and read aloud, "Because family is everything, and some of us understand that more than others." She might as well have signed it Love, the daughter who actually fulfilled Mom's dreams. That's rich, considering who's been paying for her fertility treatments. Avery scoffed. My phone buzzed. Mom calling. I showed the screen to Avery, who made a face. "Speaking of," I answered, putting it on speaker. "Hi, Mom. Adeline, did you get Lana's invitation? Isn't it wonderful news?" "Yes, Mom. I got it this morning. You're coming, right? You can't miss this. Your sister needs all her family there." Her voice took on that familiar disappointed tone. "And please wear something appropriate, not those dark business suits you always wear. I have a closet full of perfectly nice dresses, Mom." "Well, make sure it's something cheerful. Oh, and bring a proper gift, not like that business book you gave her for her wedding." Avery rolled her eyes dramatically, making me stifle a laugh. "That book was a bestseller, Mom, and Lana's an accountant. A baby shower is different, Adeline. It's about family, about the next generation. Something you might want to think about, by the way. You're not getting any younger." There it was, the familiar punch to the gut. "Mom, I have a meeting. We'll talk later." I hung up before she could respond, dropping my head into my hands. "You know," Avery said, "you could just tell them about the money, about everything. Watch their perfect little world implode." I looked up at her. "And then what? Be the bitter spinster sister who only helped out of spite? As opposed to being the bitter spinster sister who helps in secret while they treat you like crap." A knock at my door interrupted us. Jackson from marketing stood there, holding a stack of reports. "Bad time?" "Perfect timing," I said, grateful for the distraction. "Come in. Lana problems?" he asked, noting my expression. "How'd you guess?" "You have that my family is driving me insane look." He placed the reports on my desk. "The one you had at last month's dinner when your sister announced her pregnancy." I remembered that night vividly. Lana standing up, tears in her eyes, thanking God and their anonymous donor for making their dreams come true. Mom crying, hugging her, while I sat there knowing it was my bonus check that had paid for that last round of IVF. "She's having a baby shower," I explained. "Another opportunity to remind everyone how fulfilled her life is." "While subtly highlighting how empty yours is," Jackson asked. Nothing subtle about it. I picked up the invitation again. "Want to hear the latest dig?" Before I could read it, my phone buzzed with a text from Lana. "Hope you can make it to the shower. Serena's helping me plan it. We're going all out. You know, real family stuff. Might give you some perspective on what really matters in life." I showed the text to Avery and Jackson. "That's it," Avery declared. "I'm officially team tell them everything." "It would certainly make for an interesting baby shower," Jackson mused. I stared at the invitation, at Lana's perfect handwriting and carefully chosen words. 5 years of anonymous deposits into their fertility fund. 5 years of watching her cry about failed attempts while Mom consoled her and reminded everyone how I'd chosen career over family. 5 years of being the secret fairy godmother while being treated like Cinderella. "Maybe," I said slowly, "it's time for a different kind of baby shower gift." Avery's eyes lit up. "Now that sounds like a story I want to hear." I pulled open my desk drawer where I kept all the receipts from the fertility clinic. "Let's just say I'm done being the family ghost." "Well," Jackson said, "this should be interesting." I smiled, feeling something shift inside me. "Oh, it will be. Very interesting indeed." "You did what?" Avery nearly spat out her coffee as we sat in the corner booth of our usual lunch spot. "How much money are we talking about?" I pulled out my phone and showed her the banking app. Her eyes widened at the transaction history. "Holy shit, Adeline. That's a down payment on a house. Tell me about it." I stirred my untouched salad. "Started with their first attempt, right after Muhammad lost his job. Lana was devastated, thinking they'd have to give up on the treatments. So you just secretly funded their entire fertility journey?" "Through an anonymous donor program at the clinic, I set up monthly transfers." I shrugged. "Seemed like the right thing to do at the time." "While they treated you like garbage?" Avery shook her head. "I remember last Christmas when Lana made that comment about how some people are just meant to be aunts because they're not mother material. The memory stung. Yeah, that was right after their third failed attempt. the one I doubled my contribution for. And now she's pregnant, and you're still their secret benefactor. Avery leaned forward. How does that make you feel? Before I could answer, my phone buzzed. A text from Mom. Lana's having cravings. Coming over for family dinner tonight. She wants to discuss shower details. Saved by the bell? Avery raised an eyebrow. More like condemned by it. I typed a quick yes and put my phone away. Another dinner of, when are you going to settle down, Adeline? And, your biological clock is ticking, Adeline. Back at the office, Jackson caught me by the elevator. Hey, got a minute? I followed him to his office, grateful for the distraction. He closed the door and handed me a folder. What's this? Remember that thank you note you got from the fertility clinic last week? The one they accidentally sent to your work address? I nodded. The clinic had quickly sent an apology email, assuring me my anonymity was still secure. Well, I did some digging. He opened the folder. Turns out Serena, Lana's friend who's planning the shower. She works in their billing department. My stomach dropped. You think she knows? No, but she might figure it out if she connects the dots, especially if she handles the anonymous donor paperwork. I sank into his visitor chair. Perfect. Just perfect. Maybe it's time to get ahead of this, Jackson suggested, before someone else tells your story. That's what I've been saying. Avery appeared in the doorway. Sorry, couldn't help overhearing. But seriously, Adeline, you need to take control of this narrative. My phone buzzed again. Another text from Lana. Mom says you're coming to dinner. Wear something nice? Serena's coming too, and you know how she talks. Speaking of narratives, I muttered, showing them the text. Oh, this is too good, Avery said. Serena's coming to dinner? The same Serena who might know your secret? I need to cancel. I started typing, but Jackson grabbed my phone. No. You need to go, and you need to wear something amazing. He grinned. Show them that the Spinster sister can clean up nice. I have that red dress, I mused. The one that makes you look like a CEO goddess. Avery clapped. Yes. Wear that. Make them all feel underdressed. Later that afternoon, as I was getting ready to leave, a courier delivered an envelope to my office. Inside was a handwritten note from the fertility clinic. Dear anonymous donor, your generous contributions have helped make a miracle possible. The recipients wanted to share this with you. Attached was a sonogram picture. My first picture of my future niece or nephew. The baby I helped create but would never get credit for. That's it. I grabbed my phone and called Avery. I'm doing it. At the shower. I'm telling everyone. Finally. She practically screamed. What changed your mind? I looked at the sonogram. They sent me a picture of the baby, like I'm some stranger who deserves a thank you note, but not family? Avery finished softly. Exactly. I tucked the picture into my purse. I'm heading to dinner now. Want to help me plan how to drop this bomb at the shower? Girl, I've been planning this since you first told me about the donations. Come over after dinner. Bring wine. As I headed out, Jackson caught me by the elevator again. Hey, Adeline. Yeah? Whatever you decide to do, just remember you're not the bad guy in this story. I smiled, straightening my red dress. Thanks, Jackson. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a family dinner to survive. Go get them, CEO goddess. He called after me as the elevator doors closed. The red dress did its job. When I walked into my mother's house, even Serena's perfectly glossed mouth dropped open slightly. Wow, Adeline, Mom said, adjusting her apron. That's quite a statement. It's designer, I replied smoothly, hanging up my coat from my last business trip to Milan. Lana was already settled on the couch, one hand resting on her barely visible bump. Isn't it a bit much for a family dinner? Some of us have places to be afterward, I said, thinking of the wine waiting at Avery's. Mohammed appeared from the kitchen, giving me a warm hug. You look great, Adeline. Very successful businesswoman. That's one way to put it, Serena muttered. Just loud enough to hear. Mom clapped her hands. Dinner's ready. Lana, sweetheart, let Mohammed help you up. At the table, I found myself seated between Serena and Mom, directly across from Lana. Perfect. So, Mom began, passing the salad. Serena, tell us more about the shower plans. Oh, it's going to be amazing. Serena gushed. We're thinking a heaven-sent theme since this baby is such a miracle. I stabbed a cherry tomato with more force than necessary. A miracle indeed, Mohammed agreed, squeezing Lana's hand. We'd almost given up hope, but God had other plans, Lana added, her eyes misting. And that anonymous donor, I just wish we could thank them properly. Serena shifted in her seat beside me. I watched her carefully, but her face revealed nothing. Speaking of donations, Mom turned to me. Have you thought about what you're getting for the shower, Adeline? Oh, I have something special planned, I said, meeting Lana's eyes. Something no one will expect. Just make sure it's appropriate, Lana said. Not everyone appreciates your unique taste. Trust me, sis. This gift will be unforgettable. Serena cleared her throat. Actually, Adeline, I've been meaning to ask you something about work. My hand froze halfway to my wine glass. Oh? Yes. I noticed your company name come up in some paperwork at the clinic recently. Do you handle their corporate accounts? The table fell silent. I could feel everyone's eyes on me. We handle various healthcare clients, I said carefully, but I'm not involved in that division. Interesting, Serena murmured, and I couldn't tell if she knew more than she was letting on. Enough work talk, Mom interrupted. Lana, honey, tell everyone about the nursery plans. As Lana launched into a detailed description of cloud murals and angel themes, I felt my phone buzz. A text from Avery. How's it going? Still alive? I typed back quickly. Barely. Serena might know something. What are you smiling at? Lana asked suddenly. Just work, I said, putting my phone away. Always work with you. Mom sighed. You know, Adeline, there's more to life than quarterly reports. Like what, Mom? Marriage? Babies? The only things that make a woman's life worthwhile? The words came out sharper than I intended. Mohammed looked uncomfortable. Well, Lana said, they are life's greatest blessings. Not that you'd understand. Lana, Mohammed warned softly. No. Let her finish, I said, pushing my plate away. Tell me more about life's blessings, Lana, about miracles and anonymous donors and perfect little families. Serena was watching me intently now. I could almost see the wheels turning in her head. I just think, Lana continued, that some people might be happier if they weren't so focused on themselves. You mean like focusing on others? I asked. Like, say, helping them achieve their dreams, even anonymously. The room went very still. Serena's eyes widened slightly. I should check on dessert, Mom announced, standing quickly. I'll help, Mohammed offered, clearly eager to escape the tension. Once they left, Lena leaned forward. What's your problem, Adeline? Can't you just be happy for me? Oh, I am happy for you, I said, reaching for my purse. In fact, I'm about $30,000 worth of happy for you. What's that supposed to mean? Before I could respond, Serena touched my arm. Adeline, could I speak to you privately for a moment? In the hallway, Serena whispered, It's you, isn't it? The anonymous donor. I met her gaze steadily. If it is, does Lana know? She will at the shower. Serena's expression shifted from shock to something like respect. That's going to be one hell of a reveal. Yes? I said, hearing Mom and Mohammed returning with dessert. Yes. It is. As we returned to the table, Lana was already crying about something. Mom hovering over her with concern. Same old scene. Different day, but not for much longer. You should have seen her face, I told Avery later that night, sprawled on her couch with a generous pour of Cabernet. When I dropped that $30,000 hint, Lana looked like she'd swallowed a lemon, but she didn't figure it out? No, but Serena did. I sat up, wine sloshing dangerously. She cornered me in the hallway. And nothing. She just knows, but I don't think she'll tell. My phone buzzed. Another text from Lana. Hope you got home safe. Sorry if things got tense at dinner. You know how emotional I am these days with the pregnancy hormones. Love you, sis. Classic Lana. Avery snorted, reading over my shoulder. Make you feel like crap, then blame it on hormones. At least she's consistent. I tossed my phone aside. So about the shower? Already on it? Avery pulled out a notebook. I've got 3 different ways you could do this. Option 1. Dramatic speech during the toast. A knock at the door interrupted her. Jackson stood there, holding a bottle of whiskey. Thought you might need this after family dinner, he said, stepping inside. My hero, I laughed. But I'm already wine drunk. Perfect time for planning revenge, he said, settling into an armchair. Avery texted me the situation with Serena. I was just outlining reveal options, Avery said. Want to hear them? Before Jackson could answer, my phone rang. Mom? Speaker, Avery mouthed. I obliged. Adeline, are you alone? No. I'm with friends. What's up? Well, Mom paused. About dinner tonight, I think you upset your sister. Jackson rolled his eyes dramatically. Did I? I asked. By existing or by wearing a nice dress? Don't be difficult. You know she's sensitive right now. This pregnancy is a miracle. A very expensive miracle, I muttered. What was that? Nothing, Mom. Was there something specific you wanted? Yes. Actually, for the shower. Lana was thinking it might be better if you weren't involved in the planning. Serena has everything under control. And well what? You might not understand the significance, you know, not being a mother yourself. Jackson grabbed the whiskey bottle. Definitely need this now. Fine, I said. Anything else? Just try to be more supportive, dear. This is a special time for your sister. After hanging up, I grabbed the whiskey from Jackson and took a swig straight from the bottle. Okay, Avery said. That settles it. Option 3. We make copies of all the receipts, stuff them in fancy envelopes, and hide them under every single chair at the shower. Too subtle, Jackson argued. She should stand up during the gift opening and announce it. My phone buzzed again. Serena this time. We need to talk. Coffee tomorrow? Plot twist. I showed them the text. Don't go, Avery said immediately. No. She should go, Jackson countered. Find out what Serena knows, what she plans to do. I'm going, I decided. But first, tell me more about this gift opening announcement idea. The next morning, nursing a mild hangover, I met Serena at a quiet cafe downtown. She was already there, surrounded by shower planning materials. Thanks for coming, she said, pushing a coffee toward me. I ordered your usual. Lana mentioned you like it black. At least she remembered something about me. I sat down. What's this about? Serena glanced around before lowering her voice. I pulled the donor files this morning, confirmed everything. Monthly deposits for 5 years, all from you. Is that legal? Checking confidential files? Probably not, but neither is what you're planning for the shower. I leaned back. And what am I planning? A nuclear option. She shuffled through her papers. Look, I get it. They've treated you terribly, but this baby is partially thanks to me, I cut in. While they mocked my lifestyle and career, I was silently funding their dreams. Serena studied me for a long moment. You know this will destroy them. Maybe they need some destruction. Or maybe, she said carefully, there's a better way to handle this. I'm open to suggestions. She pulled out a sheet of paper. The shower program. I was thinking, what if we work together on this? Make the reveal meaningful instead of vengeful. I looked at the program, then at Serena's earnest face. Why would you help me? Because I've watched this dynamic for years, and maybe it's time someone stood up to the golden child. I took a sip of coffee, considering, tell me more about this program idea. The day of the baby shower arrived with picture-perfect weather and my stomach in knots. I stood in front of the venue, a high-end restaurant's private garden, clutching my carefully wrapped package. Ready for this? Avery appeared beside me, looking sharp in a blue dress, as I'll ever be. Inside, Serena was directing the setup crew, her clipboard like a conductor's baton. She caught my eye and gave a subtle nod. There's my other daughter. Mom rushed over, pulling me into a perfumed embrace. Though you could have worn something more maternal, I smoothed my cream-colored pantsuit. It's Armani, Mom. Adeline. Lana waddled over, resplendent in a flowing pink dress. You came early. Wouldn't miss it, I said, handing her my gift. Where should I put this? Oh, on the gift table. We're opening presents right after the speeches. She lowered her voice. Mom said you were upset about not being involved in the planning, but you understand, right? These things require a certain maternal instinct. Avery's hand found my arm, steadying me. Of course, I smiled. Serena did an amazing job. The garden filled quickly with guests. I recognized faces from Lana's wedding, all cooing over her bump and sharing their own motherhood stories. I stayed near the back, watching. Holding up, okay? Jackson appeared with a mocktail. Thought you could use this. My hero. I took a sip. Where have you been? Helping Serena with some last-minute adjustments. Before I could ask what that meant, Serena clinked her glass for attention. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could all take your seats, we're about to begin our program. I found my assigned seat, front row, right next to Mom. Perfect. First, Serena announced, our mother would like to say a few words. Mom stood all ready, teary-eyed. When Lana told us she was finally pregnant, it was the happiest day of my life. Finally, a grandchild to spoil. I felt several eyes on me. Avery, from her seat behind me, squeezed my shoulder. And now, Serena continued after Mom's speech, Lana would like to share something special. Lana stood, one hand on her bump. This journey hasn't been easy. For years, we tried and failed. But thanks to a mysterious angel, our anonymous donor, our dreams came true. I only wish I knew who to thank. Careful what you wish for, Avery muttered behind me. And now, Serena announced, before we open gifts, we have a surprise video presentation. The lights dimmed. On the garden wall, a projection appeared. I recognized the fertility clinic's logo. What's this? Lana whispered to Muhammad. The video began playing, a montage of Lana's journey from early doctor visits to failed attempts to finally, that positive test. But interwoven were bank statements, deposit receipts, all with my name carefully highlighted. The garden grew silent. I don't understand, Mom said, squinting at the screen. But Lana had gone pale. Her eyes locked onto mine. No, she whispered. It can't be. Serena stepped forward. For 5 years, someone has been quietly funding these treatments. Someone who never asked for recognition or gratitude. Someone who listened to endless criticism about her life choices while secretly helping make your dreams come true. Adeline? Mom's voice cracked. You're the donor? I stood slowly, my heart pounding. Surprise. But why didn't you tell us? Lana's voice trembled. Would it have changed anything? I asked. Would you have stopped calling me selfish? Stop suggesting I was less of a woman because I chose a different path? I never. Lana started. Last Christmas, I cut in. You said some people are just meant to be aunts because they're not mother material. That was right after I doubled my contribution for your third attempt. The garden erupted in whispers. Mohammed looked stunned. All this time, he said, while we struggled to make ends meet. I helped, I finished, anonymously, because that's what family does. Right, Lana? Or does it only count when it fits your narrative? Mom stood up. Adeline, this is hardly the time or place. Actually, Serena interrupted. This is exactly the time and place. Because this shower isn't just celebrating a baby, it's celebrating family. All family, including the aunt who made it possible. Lana sank into her chair, tears streaming. I don't know what to say. You don't have to say anything, I replied, picking up my purse. Just remember this moment the next time you want to judge someone's worth by their maternal status. Where are you going? Mom called as I headed for the exit. I turned back, feeling lighter than I had in years, to celebrate with my real family, the ones who've supported me without conditions. Avery and Jackson fell into step beside me as I walked out, leaving behind a garden full of shocked faces and one very important lesson about judgment and gratitude. I made it halfway to the parking lot before Lana's voice rang out behind me. Adeline, wait. Jackson touched my arm. Want us to run interference? No, I said, turning around. Let's finish this. Lana wobbled toward me. Her perfect makeup streaked with tears. Mohammed and Mom hurried after her with Serena hanging back by the garden entrance. You can't just drop a bomb like that and leave. Lana's voice cracked. Why not? You've been dropping bombs on me for years. That's different, is it? I stepped closer. Every family dinner, every holiday, every social media post about how fulfilled you are compared to your poor, career-obsessed sister. I never meant, yes, you did. My voice was steady now. You meant every word. And you know what's funny? While you were positioning yourself as the perfect daughter, the one who understood family values, I was quietly helping you become a mother. Mom stepped forward. Adeline, surely we can discuss this privately. No, Mom, no more hiding things to keep the peace. No more pretending Lana's behavior is okay because she's your precious miracle maker. Several shower guests had drifted out to watch the scene. I heard whispers, saw phones recording. Do you know what it's like? I continued facing Lana. To sit there month after month, watching you cry about failed treatments that I paid for while you simultaneously mocked my life choices? Mohammed spoke up. I had no idea. All those anonymous deposits. Of course, you didn't. I turned to him because Lana needed to be the hero of her own story. The struggling would-be mother, persevering against all odds. Meanwhile, the real support came from the person she constantly belittled. That's not fair, Lana protested. I was going through something terrible, and I was going through it with you. Every negative test, every setback, I felt them too. But I couldn't show it because I was just the cold, career-focused sister who wouldn't understand. Avery stepped forward. I've watched this for years. Do you know how many times Adeline cried in my office after your family values lectures? Stay out of this, Mom snapped. This is family business. No, I said firmly. These people are my family. They're the ones who supported me, who didn't make me feel less than for my choices. Serena joined us, her clipboard forgotten. Lana, remember last month when you said Adeline would never understand the sacrifice of motherhood? That was right after she'd liquidated her vacation fund for your final treatment. Lana's hand flew to her mouth. The Bali trip you'd been planning. Yep, but, hey, you needed it more than I needed a vacation. Right? Why? Lana whispered. Why help me if you resented me so much? Because contrary to what you all think, I do understand family. I understand sacrifice. I just express it differently than your narrow definition allows. Mohammed stepped away from Lana, running his hands through his hair. All this time, we should have known. The timing of the deposits, always when we needed them most. I didn't want recognition, I said. I just wanted respect, basic human respect for my own family. But you got neither, Jackson added quietly. Mom tried again. Sweetheart, if we'd known that's the point, Mom. You shouldn't have needed to know I was financially supporting Lana to treat me with dignity. My worth as a person, as your daughter, shouldn't depend on my maternal status or my bank account. The garden had gone completely silent. Even the birds seemed to be holding their breath. The shower gifts, Lana suddenly said. Your package contains every receipt, every thank you note from the clinic, every email confirmation of deposits. I finished. Consider it your baby's origin story. Adeline. Lana stepped forward, reaching for me. I'm so sorry. I stepped back. I know you are, right now. But will you be sorry tomorrow, Next week, when the baby comes and you're back to being mom's perfect daughter? What do you want from me? She whispered. Nothing anymore. I turned to leave, then paused. Actually, one thing. Next time you want to judge someone's life choices, remember who helped you achieve yours. As I walked away, Avery and Jackson flanking me, I heard the murmur of shocked conversations behind me, Mom calling my name, Lana's sobs. That, Avery said as we reached my car, was better than any revenge plan we could have crafted. Sometimes, Jackson added, the truth is the best weapon. I looked back at the garden one last time. Serena caught my eye and nodded, a small smile playing on her lips. She'd helped orchestrate the perfect revelation, and for that, I'd be forever grateful. So, Avery said, jingling her keys, drinks? Drinks, I agreed. I think we all need them. 3 days after the shower, my phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Texts, calls, voicemails, all from family members and shower guests. I ignored them all. Your story's gone viral, Jackson announced, walking into my office with his tablet. Someone posted the video on social media. You're trending. Wonderful, I muttered. Just what I needed. My office phone lit up. The reception desk. Miss Erickson, your sister's